Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome back to another story time with Mr. Kepke. We hope that you've had a good week. Hope you had a good Halloween last night. I know that it was raining, so some of you may be trying to go out this evening. But I hope you have a good weekend, and I hope that you have a good night's sleep tonight. Tonight we're going to read Good Night Owl by Greg Pizzoli. Good Night Owl. Owl was settling into bed when he heard a noise. Squeak. It was a tiny sound, no louder than a whisper, a funny noise he hadn't heard before. Someone must be at the door, said Owl. Just a minute. But no one was there. Probably the wind, said Owl. And he lay down in bed and said to himself, Good night, Owl. Squeak! Then he heard the noise again. It's coming from the cupboard, said Owl. So he went to take a look. What do you think he's going to see? He emptied every shelf, but there was no noise to be found. So Owl went back to bed. Good night, Owl, he said. And then he heard the noise. Squeak. It must be under the floor, said Owl. Having a hard time finding this noise. And he pulled up the floorboards one by one. Now he's trying to get some sleep and he's working hard. But he didn't find the noise, so Owl went back to bed. Squeak! This house has a noisy roof, yelled Owl. I think he's getting frustrated. I think Owl's tired and wanting to go to bed. And he took down the roof. There, said Owl, no more noise. He's roofed up his floorboards, tore up his cupboard. Now he's taking the roof off the house. Owl got back into bed, and the stars and the moon shining down where his roof used to be. Good night, Owl, he said. But Owl didn't close his eyes. He didn't dare. He knew that any second he would hear the noise. He waited and waited and waited and waited. Do you think he's going to hear it again? Squeak! It's in the walls, Owl screeched. I'll get you, noise, Owl said as he tore down the walls of his house. But he found nothing. The cupboard was empty, the floorboards were pulled up, the roof was pulled down, the walls were gone. Owl went back to bed, and he said, Good night, Owl. And then he saw the noise. Squeak! Owl smiled. He said, Good night, noise. And they went to sleep. That's the end of our fun little book this evening. I hope that you have an easier time going to sleep than what Mr. Owl did. Um, I hope each of you have a wonderful weekend and a good night's sleep, and I love you very, very much.